Welcome back. This is Salty Spitoonz Week 1, Episode 1. Just had a lot of football, and we got a lot to talk about today. It's your favorite commish, Cool Kid, and your co-commish,
Hey,
a
Rojas in the mix.
Rojas. And we're just gonna start it up. Gonna start it off with some commish duties that wanted to send out there. Basically, wanted to go over kind of like the financial of payout that's going to happen. So overall, it's $1,000. It was $100 buy-in. So we're gonna have 14 weeks this week, or 14 weeks until playoffs. So it's gonna be 14 times $15 payout to the highest scorer per week, and it's
Boo.
gonna come out to 210. And then from there, third place is gonna get 25 bucks, second place is
Boo.
gonna get 75, and then the
Boo.
winner should be getting 690. Just heads up there.
I guess.
And then for the second item on this agenda, it's basically punishment. It's been voted on live and on whenever we did the recording, the day of the draft. Basically, the loser has to go out on the date with a big teddy bear. The big teddy bear is going to be funded by the loser himself, and the date is going to be funded by the loser himself as well.
Fuck! I forgot you have to pay for the bear. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
you
not free
also have to
teddy
pay.
bears.
Hey, hell yeah, like you
If,
gotta
if
wine and dine this fair.
if anybody knows of a free teddy bear rental service, maybe submit it in the chat for the rest of your
Yeah,
league mates.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
then
I don't need it, but
I mean I wouldn't need it. And also heads up, if the rookie ends up losing it, then it's going to be a double date with two bears. So it's going to be the rookie and
Ricky with the
the
dookie.
and whoever he's facing in the last place bowl. Um, Other things to be hashed out in terms of the dining experience, like how fancy we want to get and or how cheap. Like can't be a fucking Waffle House, maybe something nicer than that, like maybe Chili's or higher or something.
Okay.
So just like little things to hash out. See, I will send out a poll hopefully soon. And then, I mean, enough of that. Let's get right into the fucking sauce of it. Y'all are probably interested in some rankings. We don't have no Pappy right now. Guy's
No
probably busy.
Pappy.
No Pappy today.
God damn.
But, well, I guess y'all will be fine with our preseason power rankings. Do we want to start off with 1 down to 6 or go from 6 up? Because, I mean, I feel like preseason,
This is
not too
surprising
much
enough. Let's go
information.
to 6. Let's go 6-1.
Okay. So I'm going to start it off with my number 6. It's going to be Little Chubb. Little Chubb did have a pretty decent draft. Nothing 100% spectacular, but his QBs are Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow. Pretty good team. His wide receiver 1 is going to be Stephon Diggs. He's got some good wide receiver depth. Um, Pretty good running backs. If Ramondre Stevenson is healthy, I think he's deserving of this number 6 ranking. What do you think, Ross?
I mean, I think so. I would agree with you on most of these points. Let me pull up his shit because I don't even pay attention to his team, bro, to be honest with you. I mean, and I guess we'll get into, I knew there was somebody who I was worried about, but we'll get into it in the matchups. I
Hmm.
like the talent on some of those elite positions like Burrow and Hawkinson and Diggs, and then I'm worried about the rest of it. So,
Yeah.
I especially week 1, and our rankings will change as they go, but I don't mind them being in at 6. I think it makes sense. I mean, it's better than I ain't even gonna do it. It's too easy right now. I ain't gonna
Well,
do it.
we still have a chance to talk about them in the matchups. But
That's true.
at number 5, do you want to go over that one?
Yes. So Davington coming in at number 5. And
Happy endings.
it's crazy because if this wasn't a super flex, he would have got 2 guys who would have been picked with like the first 3 picks with
Hmm.
Chase and with McCaffrey. So you got to give him the credit there on those elite positions. The quarterbacks are sus as fuck, and this is a super flex. That's why we can't put him higher. But those elite guys, they're gonna win him some matchups. So I could see him
Hmm.
being in the playoff push. Who do you got at 4?
At 4, he might be surprised about it himself. It's going to be Diego fielding pennies. I like his QBs. It's super flex. It's new. A lot of people were freaking out as to what they're going to do with it, but I think Diego put off the right move, picking up Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, two potentially top 10 QBs, and it's got him up there. And he had a really good draft. He had a solid draft, a lot of good things. I don't know what changed it in him, but I mean, shit, he showed up in the draft. He did not panic, and I think it shows in these rankings. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree. No, I really don't have much else to add. I think if Diego always drafts well. It's going to be, can he make the trades? That's
Yeah, yeah,
that's what's
true.
going to make it. It's going to determine for us whether or not he makes the next step and becomes a playoff contender.
Mhm.
But that number three though,
That number three is your co-commish himself. What can I say? Had a really good. It started off hot,
Gary.
got rough at the at the middle, but it ended up working out. He got his guys. He got CD, Garrett Wilson. He started off strong with Jalen Hurts. Then from there, it kind of cooled off, but then had a couple guys fall to him. Devontae Smith, fucking great ass pickup. I was so shocked when it fell to you. And
That
I mean,
that's
shit.
that's
Go
why
ahead.
I wouldn't even say that it cooled, like it was rough in the middle. I think it
Yeah,
was just scary because the question was
yeah.
like, was I going to get a running back who I could play? Like, or because all I was doing was taking guys who were falling and the
Mhm.
team was looking weird. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean,
what was it
zero
like?
RB, man. You got to go there.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Seventh round was my first running back. The
Yeah,
thing is
dude.
still up in my
I
living
was
room.
like,
Lazy. What's that?
what?
No, no. It's just that's what it was. I'm looking back and I had seventh round was my first running back. I went real zero RB, but
Yeah, yeah.
hey man, we'll see. I mean, the quarterbacks. I made it a point to really invest in some quarterbacks I thought could both
Hmm.
finish really high. So
Yeah. Got good
we're
quarterbacks. Gino looking like a top five, I mean, quarterback. If he, I mean,
yeah.
does the same thing he did last year, you
I
got some really good QBs.
and maybe you want to talk about somebody who's the next rank up who did not invest in quarterbacks the same way and has a
Yeah,
different philosophy.
this one might be a hot take. Trust me, there's no bias here. At number two, it's going to be at Tex-Mex Anna. Really, what can I say? Finally did her homework, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, because taking home Bijan, Pollard, Hill, that's fucking scary to be facing that, you know?
Every week.
I like her team, and with stacking that up with Tua, I mean, her QBs are a little suspicious. If Tua is truly over that concussion issue, then she's got a good QB there. Brock Purdy, kind of a unknown darling there, is coming back from injury, but I mean she's got some good depth. I'm sure she can find a QB to match that same production or do better. But I mean, she did her research, got a good amount of rookies, got a good amount of good vets in there. I like it. What do you think?
I agree. I got sniped by her a couple times.
Yeah.
Lockett, Ayuk. I mean, one of those guys, they ain't get him. So there's some pieces. She's got some chances to win.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know that she's on the same tier of probably the person you guys are guessing right now got the number one slot to start the season. You want to get into them or you want me to talk about him?
I'll let you start it off. I'll let you start it off.
Jay Molly, man. I mean, Mahomes already came through with 20. Amon Ra already came in with 16.
Fucking sun god, dude.
He's already proving why that team was great. We all knew it when he left the draft that he was nailing it. Um, Sniped me a couple times, and vice versa. I got Waller off of him, for example. But man, you know,
Hmm.
the running backs look good, the quarterbacks look good. So he just has to figure out the receivers. And Amon Ra already looks good, so he's in good shape. He's in good shape. We'll see if the tight end ever bugs him or not, but good.
Yeah, he's already kind of making those moves, already making that. I saw that he picked up Isaiah Likely. That was a great move. I stupidly believed in Laporta a bit more, but picking up Isaiah Likely if Andrews is down. I mean, he's got that backup. He's already on the prowl. He's definitely gonna be on that waiver, and it's gonna be someone that we're gonna have to compete with. He has a great team, and if he picks up the right piece or two, and if the Bengals are gonna continue rolling, Josh's team is gonna be dangerous as fuck. And that was 20 points on Mahomes without Travis Kelce. Like
Yeah, it was a really bad game for the Chiefs, and he still got 20.
that is a bad game too. Yeah. So that was your preseason power rankings, and now on to matchups and pick'em. For your first matchup, it's going to be your Kokamish versus Diego. And what do we think there? What are we thinking? Who you got? How you feeling? It's
I'm not
projected
gonna
to be
lie.
fairly even.
I think it's gonna be close. I'm gonna go with me on this one. Big surprise. I just got a little bit of health on my side right now, and I think I'm worried about him at tight end, and I'm worried about him at his quarterback spots, like competing with mine. So I think I might have the edge on him there. So that's the difference for me. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. Yeah. I'm tilting right now. I had Diego to win it, but looking at Tony's matchups, I think they're a bit more favorable, and I do see your QBs outperforming Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, and I think that's definitely going to be a decision, and that's
Let's.
definitely going to be a deciding factor, especially James Cook versus Najee Harris. I think Najee Harris is projected to have too high of points there, especially considering he's playing that 49ers defense. I just got their defensive playmaker in Nick Bosa, and
Back.
boy got paid. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about with that? We got some interesting matchups, like some sibling bowls, a couple back to back. What about them?
Yeah.
What about them Aguero boys? Who you got for that?
Them Aguero boys, surprisingly enough, I got Rookie winning this.
See?
He definitely did his research. I feel like Rookie did have some previous knowledge in terms of like who his guys were. For sure, picking up Cousins, it's a good pickup. Against Tampa is tough, but I mean, picking up Josh Allen, obviously, I mean, he was I think the third to draft, so I mean, it was kind of an obvious one. So really, his draft positioning helped him there as well. And then Cool Arrow, I think he was at the seventh spot. It was kind of a tough spot to draft at. But I mean, coming out with Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, not too bad. But I think where he shot himself in the foot a bit was picking up Cooper Kupp. That's a tough one that already puts you at a disadvantage. And I think Rookie did enough in the draft to potentially take him over Coolero, at least this week.
I agree. I don't nothing to add. You nailed that. So if we go to, I want to talk about the other bowl then, because I'm right with you on Rookie taking that one. So if we're going there with the younger fantasy brother, will we go with the older or younger real life brother in the Rivera Bowl? So I'm taking. Okay, look, it's close. Don't be mad at me.
Yeah.
And also
Already.
when I saw the show doc, you had picked against me, so this made it easier to pick against you. But I'm gonna have to keep it, and I'm gonna have to pick Chubb on this one. And the thing with the Chubb is I'm worried about for you not having Andrews. That's gonna be a scary thing. James Conner against Washington when I don't know if Arizona's gonna score any points.
Yeah.
And then Gibson against Arizona. If they're winning, do they play him? Like, does he get garbage time? Does he get like catch up passes? I don't know how they're going to use him. So I just have more question marks on your side. And like I feel like I know how the Chubbs team is going to get used, and if they just get what they're supposed to get, I think he comes
that
out.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah, the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the opposite side on that. I'm going with my team on it because I do have confidence in Mark Andrews playing. I do have confidence in my quarterbacks. I don't like Dak against the Giants. He's hit or miss, and when he's a miss, he's throwing at least two, if not three picks. Has not been looking good at training camp. I do agree that Estival has a good floor, but I think my ceiling
It's higher.
potentially outweighs that floor. I
I
mean,
agree.
I will say I'm out Watson. He's out for the week, and I'm having to pay one of the rookies that may or may not be the like leading that or I guess my flex spot here where Watson left, I'm gonna have to replace him, so that's kind of tough. Am I gonna play Hall, Dobbs, Quentin Johnston, Thielen, like all uncertain
Yeah.
players. So, I mean, Little Chubb does have a good situation there compared to me, but I do think my safe floor of having Lamar Jackson, who's gonna put up points, and Justin Herbert, who's I think under I think this Miami Chargers game is gonna go to the wire, and it's gonna be a high scoring matchup that I can see shit, even just Herbert carrying me to this
Maybe.
W.
I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was going to happen with the Chiefs and the Lions, and we got what we got. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
know. I
fair.
don't, it reminds me of the NFL just going to NFL.
Yeah, yeah. And then next matchup is going to be the shit
Smack
talk
the
bowl.
Smack Bowl,
The
yeah.
Yeah, like it's it's rough. I don't really want to get into it. I think Mescal's going to lose personally.
Yeah.
His draft was rough. I think he has pieces that are going to show up later in the season, but
But week one is
week
tough.
one
Yeah.
is just really tough for him. Yeah, Savage already had a rough showing with Jameer Gibbs, but I mean, dude, like Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, I think that's enough to get him past Mescal's team. Well, what do you think?
I think for right now, Sav's team is probably still a player or two short from a convincing win.
Hmm.
Like I don't love to see Wilson and Burks in there, but the rest of that team is money. So I think it's enough. I think it's enough, and there's just too many question marks with the early season output of the guys that Mescal has. So I'm pretty convincingly also going with Savage.
Yeah, and then the final one, the battle of the potential one versus number two. We could be having a
Yeah.
preview of what's to come for the playoffs, talking about
Hmm.
playoffs.
Playoffs.
It's going to be Tex McSana against Jay Molly. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be
It
a really
already
good
is a good
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh was coming off hot with Mahomes scoring 20, Amon-Ra St. Brown doing work. Goff
Fine.
underperformed, but I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, if you get
overall, he hit his projection. Yeah,
yeah, the two Lions got him 30 total. You can't really ask for much more.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I mean, Anna Bijan, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna be the RB1? Is he gonna hit 1,500 to 2,000 rushing yards this year, which is highly likely with the fucking Falcons offensive line and that run
Tony
game.
Tony Pollard, how much is
Tony
he gonna
Pollard,
play? Does Deuce
dude,
get
yeah.
70% of the snaps? I don't know.
But Tyreek Hill, man, guy is aiming for 2,000 yards. Tyler Lockett with Jameer or Jackson Smith, I don't think he's going to do much this week. He could be limited because of that risk. So I see Lockett getting that same work that he always gets. Higbee without Cooper Kupp in there. I mean, he's the de facto, I guess second target at least. And then Tua stack healthy. It's going to be high. I mean, obviously, I'm projecting that game, the Chargers in Miami, is going to be a high scoring game. So I am going to choose Jay Molly. I think Jay Molly's team is going to go off this week. He has the good match. He has, I think, the better matchups against Tex-Mex on his team. What do you think?
Same. I'm right there too. And the other thing is his points are already on the board. The rest of them
Yeah,
are
yeah.
projections, so I gotta go there.
Yeah. It made it a bit easier, just the fact that he's closer to his projection. It's always easier because you're like, all right, he's already halfway there to whatever amount of points he was going to get. It's kind of tougher whenever, I mean, someone literally doesn't have a player play yet. So, but I think it comes down to Brock Purdy to me. Brock Purdy is not an established quarterback, and I don't know if he actually meets that 16-point range. I think he underperforms there. But that's about it. That's about it for our show. You got anything else to say, Tony, before we
Just like and subscribe. Happy to be back. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. I know it's not going to be edited to the same level as the ones you're used to. It's just been a tough week for us, but
Mhm.
we'll try to get back on track and hopefully you guys enjoy what we delivered this week.
Yeah, sweet. Enjoy y'all's matchups. Peace out.
Peace.